Well, hello, everybody,
Hello.
and welcome to this masterclass. Hi, Terry, Camille, John.
Mark. Hey, guess where we
Guess where
anybody
we
want to
are?
guess? I don't know. Can you tell? If you've ever been to the Atlanta History Museum, you might recognize it.
Yeah, the Atlanta History Center here,
That's
where
right.
they chronicle so much history
It's
in the
really cool.
last couple of decades and centuries. In fact, welcome everybody as you are coming in here to our Media Mastery Experts Masterclass
That's right.
here on February 26th, 2026. We're so glad to have all of you here. Should we ask them
So
where they're from? Where they're
let's
coming
do
from?
that. We love it. We've done this sometimes. Don't hit return yet, but right where you are. And we're going to give people a few more minutes to come on. Everybody hits start at like a minute past the hour, and we need a few minutes to get everybody to get in.
Yeah.
We understand. So right where you are, and Camilla, thank you. Don't hit send yet though, because we want to do a big burst. You can do it again. You can, but we know you're in Pasadena. I love Pasadena. I used to live in Tahunga. I spent lots of time in Pasadena. I also love Stone Brewing Company. They have a really cool Pasadena tap room.
And I lived right down the street from you, Camille, right down the street. And I played in the Rose Bowl in the marching band. I'm not
That's right.
athletic enough for
That's
football,
right.
but I did play in the marching band for USC. So welcome, everybody. We want to know where you are from.
That's right. Don't hit send yet. Write it in the chat, but don't hit send yet. Don't hit return yet. We're going to give it another couple minutes. In fact, I think this is going to make everything shake a little bit, but I'm going to write where we are because Mark and I have been having a streak of just great luck, which I think will continue for what did we say, the next 25 years at least.
Yeah.
But we keep getting the opportunity to be together on the days when we do these master classes. So it's really, really cool. We're in another cool place. We get to be together here in person to do these master classes, which makes them a lot more fun.
Absolutely. And so much better in person, right?
It
You're in
totally
Salt Lake
is. Yeah.
City. I'm in Washington, D.C. But when we can be together, it's so much better.
And something else that I will say, and I might repeat this, is that we do these master classes every month and we try to make them different enough that they would be interesting if you came to everyone. We also want to make sure that we get some of these core messages out to anybody who's new, because usually we have more people that are new. But we will have a question and answer session. We will bring in some new different things. So if you've been to one of these before, thank you for coming back, and we will try to make it worth your while as well.
Absolutely. So do we want to find out where everybody is?
Yeah, let's do it. So we'll say three, two, one, and and then we'll hit go. And here we go. Very good, very good. There you go. Yep. Are we good?
Yeah.
Okay. Woohoo. Look at all that. And here's where we are. Oop, I think I need to. Boop. We are in Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So should we go through here?
Yes, let's do it.
San Diego. We're going to be
San
there.
Diego.
Yeah.
Yes, we'll be
Wow.
there soon.
Yeah. Jacksonville, Florida.
Love it.
Terry in Atlanta. Terry, you're just down the road from us.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, Buckhead.
And we've got, is it Orem
Uh,
in Utah?
Orem, yes, Orem, Utah. Is that you, Dr. Paul? I don't see your name. I just see a period. Um,
There we go. Oh my gosh. Okay. So
but glad you're here.
yep. So we've got another Jacksonville. We've got DFW in Texas, Hoboken, New Jersey,
I'm going to be in Dallas soon, this Sunday, Monday.
Boston, Massachusetts, another Atlanta. Mario, you are in Atlanta. Hello, hello, hello. We are just down the street. We've got Cincinnati,
Love
McKinney, Texas.
Cincinnati.
Oh my God. Yep.
Atlanta.
Now, Berwick, Pennsylvania. Jacob, is Berwick near where? Pittsburgh? I don't know where that is. Tell us where that is, Jacob. Is that near Pittsburgh on the one side, Philly on the other side?
And we
San
got
Francisco?
McKinney, Texas.
Yep.
Tupac.
Yep. San Francisco.
Love. I
Oh
used
my
to live
gosh.
in San Francisco.
Look,
LA.
our favorite Dr.
Yep,
Nicole.
that's right.
Nicole
Dr.
Butts.
Nicole is back in LA. We love LA.
Oh my gosh. Hi, Nicole. We'll talk about you a little bit later.
Sean in St.
Oh my
Thomas,
gosh.
U.S. Virgin Islands.
U.S. Virgin Islands. Sean is one of our newest clients
That's
in Media
right.
Mastery Experts.
Thanks
Great
for
to see you.
joining us.
Benjamin in Newport Beach. Oh, you love Newport Beach.
I love I'm a surfer. How could I not?
Oh my gosh. Okay. And then we've got Chandler, Arizona, and so Jacob is saying it's northeast near Wilkes-Barre, in Scranton.
Scranton, cool.
Yeah,
I think
that's
Scranton's a
fantastic.
pretty classic name, I just have to say.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, welcome everyone here to our Media Mastery Experts Masterclass, coming to you live from the Atlanta History Center. We are here at the Your Life, Your Legend event. We're so honored to be
with
here.
Tommy Breedlove. And a big shout out to Tommy. He does great events. He's a fabulous coach. He has made a huge difference for me. I got to speak at this event a few years ago, and I am invited back every time, which just is such a brilliant thing to do. I really appreciate it. And thanks to Jonathan Bates, who introduced me to Tommy years ago. Tommy was on my podcast. We've done a lot of stuff together. So we're really excited to be here. This is a great event, Mark. You have not been to this yet.
This is my first time.
Great.
Well, look, I don't want to distract too much, but let me show you. Hang on. I got to make sure I don't knock off the set.
Oh, look.
They've already given me a gift.
Look at that. Wow.
It's like super heavy too. So I'm really looking
Tommy
forward.
does events right. Yeah.
So welcome to the Atlanta History Center. Sorry, we've got the whole table here
Bouncing
as well.
around, yeah.
I also want to say hello to the host city, Atlanta, and the city of South Fulton, Georgia's newest city. So hi to the city of South Fulton. It's great to know you as well. So we have an exciting 60 minutes for you.
That's right.
We're going to teach you a lot. We're going to explain a method and a process a lot. We are going to hopefully open up your mind to how to get free news coverage, how to get paid speaking gigs without an expensive PR firm and without a speakers bureau.
That's right. And what we talk about is really important. It's really core, and it's something that is important. If you have not done this stuff already, no matter where you are on your journey, this is something that is absolutely foundational.
And that's why we call this masterclass why even brilliant leaders get overlooked, and how to flip the script in 24 hours or less. This is not a PR training, and we are not a traditional PR firm. This is a visibility and authority masterclass for experts just like you who are tired and frustrated and irritated about constantly being overlooked.
We have met many experts like that and made a difference for them. So
our news hook formula got one founder on 2 TV stations in less than 24 hours and nonstop speaking opportunities since. I'm talking about Atlas, of course.
That's right. Atlas, who, he was eminently qualified, amazingly qualified, very frustrated that he was not able to get out there and comment on issues that really mattered to him, that he had deep expertise in. And on his way home from our live event, he was doing the work that we suggested he do. And he got off the plane and walked into 2 different news studios that next day.
Now, Atlas, he served in Iraq, served in Afghanistan, 2 Bronze Stars, served in the White House at the National Security Council. He left government, clearly a national security expert, and no media was calling him. He reached out to all of them. Nobody called him back. We had our very first Zoom call. I still remember it very clearly.
Right.
A couple years ago. Within 8 minutes, I had an executive producer at one of the TV stations in his area texting with them. They came out to him that very day. He later came to our event, and on the plane home from our boot camp that we do at a real TV studio near the White House, he's texting journalists he's never met and secured these 2 TV stations the next day. We're so proud of him.
That's right. I mean, he had the secrets that Mark Albert shared with him.
Well, 25 years on TV news, and I'll tell you a little bit about that in a minute. And we're going to share the exact step-by-step system to position you as the go-to expert in your industry. And hint, it's not how many followers you have on social media.
So let's start with this. You're not here because you want attention for attention's sake. You're here because you want to be taken seriously, and you've got an expertise that the world needs to hear. So here's the truth. Some experts get quoted and invited to speak constantly. And it's not because they're smarter. It's not because they're better experts. It's because they know the secret of how the whole system works. So meet your coaches.
That's John Bates.
And that's Mark Albert.
So let's tell you a little bit about both of us. I spent 25 years on TV news. I was a correspondent at CBS News. And
won Emmy Awards, won Peabody Awards. interviewed Bill Gates, like, stuff like that.
Just stuff like reported from the White House and around the world. And I created and led a national investigative unit. And after 25 years, I noticed the same problem in every newsroom I was ever in. And it's this: journalists don't have enough experts, and they use the same ones over and over again. And so we created Media Mastery Experts to solve that problem, to train as many journalists as we can. Our goal, actually, we're going to give you a little secret. Our goal is to reach more than 2,000 experts for 2026.
That's right. So we got a big, hairy, audacious goal. And when Mark and I met, we talked for a little while, and we pretty quickly realized that we both were super committed to making a difference for people. And Mark was very frustrated that so many people didn't get the opportunity to share their expertise. We do not have a diverse bunch of experts out there being interviewed, and we want to make that difference. We want diverse, different voices to be out there getting heard for the difference it will make for the country and the world.
And when we say diverse, we mean it in every sense of the word: education, income, industry, geography,
point of view, all of it.
In fact, we're going to make an announcement at the very end of this hour. First time we've ever said it publicly here, about a new collaboration to get the experts we train directly, natively integrated into the news systems, into the newsroom, and the news systems that reporters use. So it's unbelievable. It's like anything else out there. So that's us. Mark Albert, John Bates. They call him the TED Talk coach to the stars. John literally trains celebrities when they're about to give their TED Talk. And this is going to blow your mind. Where's the mind blown emoji? He's trained every active NASA astronaut. So if his phone rings during this masterclass, it could be the space station calling. That actually happened. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So you've probably thought here, I know I'm qualified. So happens so many times.
And, I personally don't really want to be famous as much as I want to be trusted, and I want to be known in my area of expertise.
What's that?
And that, I think, is what many of us are out to accomplish.
Connie.
And that's what this is about. It's not attention for attention's sake. It's attention to make a difference.
Absolutely. So many people want to be trusted, and they're really tired of being the best kept secret. This happens so many times.
So the hidden problem, the biggest problem isn't exposure. It's clicking through. It's selection. How do you get selected? That's the big deal. So what really happens, and Mark knows about this because he was there, journalists often don't choose the best or the most qualified expert. They choose the expert who always answers the phone, is always available, and is a sound bite machine. That's something you can do.
Absolutely. I mean, everybody can answer the phone, and everybody can make themselves available if they really want to. The tricky part is being a soundbite machine. That takes preparation. It takes learning the anatomy of an answer. It takes knowing how to take that 5-minute answer you really want to give and boil it down to 30 seconds. You've got to learn how to be that soundbite machine. So many experts that I have seen and I've interviewed, I never called them back again because they couldn't form a soundbite.
Which is why this is such important foundational stuff to work on. Because if you've got a PR firm, okay, great, that's fine. But if they're getting you exposure and then you're going too long and you're not giving great sound bites that are short and succinct and pithy, all that money you're pouring into PR ends up backfiring because they're like, oh my gosh, we don't ever want them on again.
And PR firms are so vital. They sometimes hire us. And it's also true that experts need so much more than just getting placed. So I remember we had somebody at our last event that we do in DC.
Thinking of too.
Yep. And he has a PR firm. He was just on a national news streaming network the week before he came to us. And he came up to us afterwards and he said, they didn't teach me any of this stuff.
Yeah.
So it's super important that you have all the principles and all the training. So here's why real experts struggle. They don't know journalists. They don't know how the media works. They don't know how to pitch. They don't know how to pitch. 99%, I just did a LinkedIn post about this a couple of days ago. 99% of all pitches fail. They fail. Mass news releases, they fail. Why? Because the people don't know how to pitch. And people do think you must have an expensive PR firm or speakers bureau to get media attention. That is not true. The difference is not, it is not talent. It is not connections. It is not social media presence. It is something far more powerful.
So how can you build perceived authority in 10 seconds? Before you speak, before you pitch, before they even meet you. If a journalist or an event booker Googles you right now, in 10 seconds, what would they really think? Would they think, oh, this person's legit, or maybe I should keep looking. This is not for sure. So this is the authority builder. Your job isn't convincing people. Your job is to make it easy for them to believe you.
That is so key. That is so key.
Authority is not proven. It is perceived.
Absolutely.
So here are the 3 C's that people scan for: clarity, credibility, and communication ability.
Those are really, really key. And I feel like some people are strong in 1 or 2, but not all 3. And that really makes a big difference. So here's the new game. And by the way, I want you to put in the chat, you see this picture right here with John Bates. He's speaking to a crowd here in, can I say where?
In India.
In India, right? I want you to put in the chat, how many people do you think John is speaking to? This is kind of like that M&M jar you see at the county fair, and you have to guess how many M&Ms are in the jar.
And I'll tell you, you can't see all of them in this picture, that's for sure.
Exactly. So in the chat, let us know, how many people do you think? Brian thinks 1,500. Nicole thinks 1,000. Jennifer thinks 5,000. Terry thinks you spoke to 50,000 people here at this. Barbara, 75. Barbara, 75, really? Camille, 3,000 people. Oh my gosh. Okay.
This was an unbelievable experience. They do things differently in India, and you certainly can't see everybody that was at this event listening to the speakers. It was 750,000 people.
They were outside, there were monitors.
Yep.
750 people.
It was basically a big, huge, like guru's place. And the whole place was just filled to the brim, and everybody was listening to these speeches. And I got to speak about the importance of empowering women's voices. And it was in central India, and it was actually slightly controversial. And I was really proud that I talked about that and said what I said at that event. And then we had to be rushed off because we almost got trampled because everybody was so excited to talk to us.
Look at Scott. You know Scott.
Yes. Yeah.
Scott says, John trained me for my TED Talk. One of the best investments I've made in myself. My biggest crowd was 20,000 people at LA Live.
That is huge. That is huge.
Wow.
Well, and it's a little different because at LA Live, you could look out and you could see 20,000 faces. That's amazing. And it is one of those things, like, just there's something about the vibe of it, right? Like, just your hair blows back.
Yeah, it's incredible.
You can feel that. So congratulations.
Well, this is awesome, Scott. Thank you so much for making time. You already know John, and yet Scott is on this masterclass to show his support. I'm so grateful. And what an amazing testimonial there. Did you know Scott was going to be on?
I did not. Thank you for coming.
Amazing. Scott. Okay. So the new game here is now not how do I get featured? It's how do I become the expert they choose first? Absolutely. Jinx. No.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, King's Crown, whatever.
Okay. So how did we get here today? After helping countless experts land major media coverage and speaking gigs, we've really distilled into a repeatable method and process that just works. I'm thinking, for example, of Mandy.
Yeah.
right? You know
Oh,
Mandy for a
wait.
while.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Mandy's here tonight. She is here at
Yep,
this event.
that's right.
So she was super nervous. She came to our event like at the very last minute.
Yeah.
She was like,
Yep.
I'm not really sure I can do all the on-camera
That's
stuff
right.
because everyone
Very nervous. Yeah.
everyone goes on camera with me. Everyone goes on camera to do a podcast with our national public radio host.
Everybody goes on a stage with me and
Yeah.
delivers their best bits from the stage. It's amazing.
After, I mean, she just killed it. And after
did.
our event, she's been on Newsweek 3 times. She's been on 3 international networks. Doesn't she have a big speaking gig coming up in Florida?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And she just did her
Wow.
TEDx talk, TEDx Swansea. Do a search for Mandy Morris.
Let's get her view count out right there.
Dude, she's already 2 weeks in, less than 2 weeks in, at 194, almost 195,000
Wow.
views.
We're so proud of her. We're so proud.
And you know why that happened? Because she did the work. She did the work. It's a phenomenal speech, and she worked on that.
Nicole Butts, another one of our favorite
Yeah,
clients. She says, I'm trying to be Scott.
Yeah, I think
Scott,
we all are.
Scott, you've got a fan. You've got multiple fans here. And Gerald says, empowering women, it's what I do. It's what
Awesome.
we believe in
Yeah.
so strongly. Absolutely. So let's talk about this method and this process, what we're doing today. We are here at the Atlanta History Center, and we're going to show you a simple model. It's not a million tactics. It is a model you can run forever.
So the model to be chosen first, you need all three of these things: positioning, proof, presence. Making these easy to remember, the 3 Ps: positioning, proof, and presence. So positioning, this is the part that most experts that we bump into have skipped inadvertently, right? They tell people what they do, but they don't make it clear why they're the obvious choice to be quoted. So positioning is why you are memorable. And a lot of times it is hard to see the picture when you're inside the frame. We've worked with a number of experts who came to us thinking one thing. We worked with them for a little bit and came up with something slightly different. But in these kinds of things, small hinges swing big doors.
And maybe we should do a little tough love at the moment just before we go on. I don't want to waste people's time.
Yep.
There are people who just are not coachable. And they're not going to be receptive to what we're saying. They don't want to change their ways.
Yeah.
This masterclass is not for you, right? So I don't want to waste anyone's time. When you come to us and we give you the advice that you've got from so many years of speaking and I've got from media, we want you to be open-minded and coachable, just like Dr. Nicole, just like Scott, just like Mandy, just like Atlas.
Marga, just like
so many of them.
All the people who are super successful. So then there's proof. Proof is not bragging. Proof is third-party validation, which reduces the risk for journalists, for event organizers, for podcast hosts, for decision makers, anybody that wants to give you space on their platform. They have worked really hard to be able to reach that many people, and you can't take it for granted that they're just going to let you come on and talk. You've got to give them that proof, that third-party validation, so that they can feel safe and secure trusting you with all that viewership.
And I just want to, pay tribute to my former colleagues. There was a bloodbath in many newsrooms, a lot of layoffs this week.
Yeah.
Big stations, KTLA in Los Angeles, WGN in Chicago, a lot of journalists being laid off. What does this mean? This means there are not enough resources and people to vet new experts. We're just going to go with the same ones. Why risk it on people like on this call, right?
Yeah.
So this third-party validation makes the journalists know, aha, I'm not going out on a limb. I don't have to spend a lot of time and resources. They've already been validated as a resource.
And the second one is presence. And presence is not charisma or speaker tricks. Presence is the confidence of knowledge. When you understand, you will be so much more confident, just like Mandy. And it's media and stage literacy. It is very obvious to Mark and me when we talk with experts who may be the most brilliant people in their field, but they are not media and stage literate. The way they talk it makes it really obvious. And then mastering verbal and nonverbal communication, because if your nonverbal is at odds with what you are saying, I like to say, nonverbal communication, it's not a percentage of what you, it's not 60 or 70% of what you, nonverbal communication is 100% of the context within which everything you say gets heard. So those things have to match.
Every single person on camera right now, we're speaking, right? You're not. Every person on camera right now is telling us a story. You're telling us a message with your presence and how you relate.
That's
And
right.
so working on presence is so key when you're looking to be that expert that the media calls.
And Terry, let me acknowledge you. Great framing, great
Oh my gosh, look
lighting.
at Terry, she's
Thank
got
you.
like a
Thank you
TV
for
studio right there.
being
Look at the blue.
We can see you.
I know.
That's very nice.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
She's ready, like CNN is ready
There
to
you go.
call her
Yep,
right
yep.
now, right?
Call Terry.
And so if you want more visibility, we would love for you to schedule your complimentary fast track media strategy session with us. Let's chat. Which of the three P's that we just mentioned,
Yeah.
which of the three C's do we need to work on? Where are you the strongest and where can we help you? Don't spend another day frustrated. I talked to somebody the other day who had never sent a pitch to a journalist. Never.
Yeah.
It was like lightning just waiting to hit them.
Yeah.
Stop being frustrated.
Yeah.
Stop sitting there watching your competitors and other people in your industry get all the media attention. Because I've just told you, the media are going to keep calling the same people. You have to know how to pitch. You have to know how to present yourself. And you have to know how to have that soundbite that will constantly resonate. Stop being frustrated. We'd love to be able to help you with this complimentary 15-minute media strategy session. There's the QR code. We'll put it up later. We just want to drop that here right now for
And you know what, Mark? The other, like, I had a conversation a little while ago with a founder in Silicon Valley who is, he's like, we're so far ahead of our competitors. We're doing such great stuff. And then I'd been thinking about doing a TEDx talk, but I was too busy. And our competitor got up on stage at a TEDx in the Bay Area, and now everybody thinks they're the leaders.
Yeah,
Ouch.
exactly.
Ouch.
Now,
Wow.
is it Sharon or Sharon? I apologize if I'm mispronouncing your name. The QR code isn't working for you, Nick. Yeah, on our team, can you please put in the chat the link in the QR code just in case it doesn't work for some people, and we'll get
There we
that.
go.
There we go. Thanks
Thank
so
you.
much. Yep, Nick's fantastic. Thank you. And I'm just going to mute somebody, I think, whose mic is open here. Yep, thank you very much. Appreciate you being here, but we want to make sure everybody can hear us. So here's what's usually missing that we find in our experts. Most experts miss the mark really in these main areas. They are credible, but unclear. They are clear, but unproven. And they're proven, but not compelling. So let's repeat this again.
Yeah.
They're credible, but unclear, or they're clear, but unproven, or they're proven, but not compelling. You can be the most proven expert ever. And if you're like milquetoast and paint drying, nobody's ever calling you. That's tough luck,
Yeah.
right?
Yep, it's true.
Yeah. So which of these ones, I'm curious, we're going to do a little test here.
Let's ask. Yeah.
Yeah. If any one of those, if you have any of them, basically you're not going to be chosen first.
So be insightfully straight with yourself. And if you had to say which one of these you're struggling with the most, or maybe not winning the most, which one of these would it be for you?
Hi.
Hi,
Hey,
John.
we're just doing a
I
lot.
know, that's fine.
Oh,
Oh, you're on.
great. Yeah. Yeah.
People love John. People love John all the time. Can you see that here? All right. So
That's Mary Lou. She's fabulous.
yeah. So Brian is saying that he is clear, but
But
unproven.
unproven.
And so let's,
Okay?
I
We
want to,
can work with that.
yeah. Oh, look at Dr. Paul. You know Dr. Paul. We all
Thank you,
love
Dr.
John.
Paul.
Oh my gosh. Look at
Me
that.
too.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a safe space here. So we want to do a live self-assessment with you right now. Which one of these that we just articulated is most true for you? A, I'm good, but unclear. B, I'm clear, but don't have proof. C, I have proof, but I don't show up powerfully. So we want you to type A, B, or C in the chat. This is a safe space.
Yes.
We are
Yeah,
here to
yeah.
help you
We're here to support you. Yeah.
and elevate and uplift everybody here.
So
So
I'm seeing B A B A C C A.
that's interesting. So we have
Yeah.
a real mix here.
Yeah, which is great.
Yeah, absolutely. And really, visibility is important no matter which of these.
No,
I
absolutely.
mean, visibility is really
It's very
key.
important.
Absolutely. So look,
I
we've
mean-
got, I think, probably a little more. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 A's, and we've got one. Oh, wait.
I mean, it seems a pretty
Yeah,
good mix
yeah.
here.
I think B and A, and well, yeah, it's a pretty good mix.
And then
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
well, listen, if it's any of these three, then it's less likely that you're chosen first. And these are all imminently solvable. So,
Yeah. So if you're A, if you put A in the chat, so good but unclear, great news. We've got great news for you. That's solved. We can solve that. If it's B, clear and no proof, guess what? It's solvable. We can solve that.
That's true.
Right? And if you're C, proof but not powerful, guess where we're going here? Solvable. Where's
That's
our
right.
our trumpet or something? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right. So congratulations. It is all solvable. These are normal. Most experts
Have at least one of these.
yeah, and I'll tell you what, some of the people I'd interview over 25 years in journalism, whether it's CBS News or leading a national investigative unit, they have one of those. The key are those who are coachable and self-aware and then work. They get a coach, they work on it, and they improve.
And they're willing to, do things differently.
Absolutely. Thank you for taking part in our live self-assessment. So now, which chosen first method can unlock everything? When those three align, you don't just get featured. You then start to get invited, sought out, asked for quotes and keynotes and panels, offered collaborations and more. It's like a momentum, like juicing your momentum.
So there's two things about this that I think are really important. The first one is that's why I keep saying this is such foundational stuff, because if you are already paying a PR firm, you're already going out there and you've got one of these things happening, it's going to decrease how many times you get invited back, right? If you get to speak in front of 20,000 people and it's not absolutely freaking phenomenal, then it wasn't really a good thing that you got to speak to 20,000 people, because people aren't going to invite you back. They're not going to come up and refer you and things. And it's the same thing getting on television, getting in the press in any way like that. It's super foundational. And the really good news is when you get these things dialed, everything becomes so much easier and everything flows so much better. And those invites and you get sought out and the quotes and the keynotes and the panels start rolling in.
Here's the truth. In every single newsroom in America, every single day, in every single newsroom in America, every day, journalists are looking for experts. And you know what else is happening in every single community in America every day? Experts are looking for journalists. We help you bring the two together. There is a journalist, no matter your niche, looking for you right now. Do you have what it takes to be that sought after expert? And by the way, we're going to put the link to the booking link here in a second, so that you can reach out to us. And here's really the truth about the execution. This is simple in concept, but really nuanced in execution, because it must be about building
your knowledge of the space, your expertise. Your LinkedIn profile is no longer going to look like you're trying to find work. It's going to be positioning you as an expert in what you do. And your market, building that market, and building your voice. Now, that is one of the most, they're all important, but oh my gosh, that's another moment, right? We watch this happen for people. People come in and they're saying things and they've got a voice and it's kind of working. Maybe it's not really working, but all of a sudden we'll have that breakthrough moment where, boom, they find their voice and they start speaking in that real, authentic voice of theirs, and bow.
Let's talk about BOW. Can we talk about BOW? Can you define BOW? BOW is ROI, return on investment.
That's right.
Why the heck would you go to all this trouble, hiring a coach, going to a boot camp, working on all these things? It's for a couple different reasons. One, you want more exposure because you want more clients. And of course, if you're seen on the news, people are like, well, of course the news wouldn't feature somebody that doesn't know what they're talking about, right?
Dude, that one article about me in Forbes years ago by Dory Clark. Thank you, Dory Clark. Oh my gosh. Did that unlocked a flood of clients and attention. One article
And
by
it's,
Dory
people
Clark.
still find it on Google.
Oh, they
and
still,
call
it's
you.
long tail.
Wow.
And all those people that it sent to me back then, they all turned into referral, people who referred people, and
Yeah.
those people referred people.
Yeah.
That one hit was a game changer for me.
Right. And we're going to talk it as part of what we do. When you get that hit, when you get that one hit,
Yeah.
it's key not to just be a one-hit wonder, right? You don't just post it.
I didn't know.
That's okay. You do now.
Yeah.
There's a whole content strategy. That's why in our Catalyst PR Plus program, where we help people get those media engagements, we talk about a blueprint editorial content calendar. What to post, where to post, how to post, when to post it. You want to use that one news appearance over multiple different posts, and we teach how to do that. So the ROI is you're getting more clients, you're getting more attention. Maybe it's that board seat you've coveted. Maybe it's that new job you've coveted. Maybe you just want to be seen as that thought leader in and out of your industry, and that you're not right now.
And make a difference with your particular perspective that maybe isn't getting the visibility that it should.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got some funky little reveal
we're going to
here.
run you through this again.
Yeah.
And then there's your goals, which Mark, I think, was talking about.
Yeah. And we want to talk to you. If you want our support, we have our fast track strategy session. There's really no pressure. There's no obligation, just clarity, because we know many of you are thinking this right now. This sounds like a lot of work. I don't have time. I'll just wait till next year. I'll just wait till my book's published. I'll just wait till TEDx calls. I don't want to spend the money, right? There are a bunch of objections I'm sure that many of you have right now. We really can't go inside your head and solve them all for you, but I can solve this. There is never going to be a perfect time, not for marriage, not for kids, not for a job, not for moving, not for windsurfing, not for dyeing your hair red, right?
Yeah.
I always wanted red highlights when I was in high school. Yeah. Now I've got gray, naturally speaking. And so I know what some of you are thinking. Just what Mandy thought. I could never do this. I don't want to go on camera. I don't have the confidence. We make a solemn promise to every single client we help, whether it's at our boot camp, whether it's our online program where we meet twice a week for live office hours.
Live office hours with both of us.
Whether it's our Catalyst PR Plus program, we make this promise. We will not let you fail. I don't care how bad you think you are. We will not let you fail. You will be proud of yourself. Your family will be proud of you. And you will see what just a little bit of coaching and a little bit of work to master your message and amplify your influence will really do. And once you have all that, once you're able to really do that, you find out where you're strongest. We're going to find out what's missing. I don't know why this is revealing so weird. Who built this? You're going to find out what would make you the obvious choice for journalists. Now, when it comes to journalists, we are so excited.
This is the moment. This is the reveal we teased at the beginning.
This is the moment. We are so excited to announce our collaboration with Rolly, media mastery experts on Rolly. Do you see the flipping GIF? I never know if it's GIF or a GIF. GIF?
I call it a GIF.
A GIF? Okay, we're going to go with GIF.
Some people call it a GIF.
Right. Yeah, some people do. So this is like Rolly is short for Rolodex, slang for Rolodex. So if you're under 40, Google it.
Yeah. It's like a thing we used to use back in the dark ages to keep track of people and their phone numbers and things.
There are a lot of places you can go to interact with journalists. There are PR firms. There are websites that we teach our clients where you don't need a PR firm. You can go and pitch journalists directly.
That's right. They'll even ask you, they'll say, we're looking for an expert in this, and you can reply.
Yeah, exactly. Rolly, however, and this is why we are partnering with them, and we partner with very few people.
This is something else. Yeah.
Rolly is embedded, integrated into newsrooms, in the actual newsroom production software that they use. So if a journalist is working on a story, let's say about real estate, they just click the button in the program they're in, and Rolly brings up all of these vetted experts in the real estate space. Our clients are now starting to be included on Rolly. We just started rolling this out last week. This is the first time we've talked about it publicly. We're so grateful that Rolly and Media Mastery Experts are able to collaborate. The CEO and founder of Rolly is a USC grad. I'm a USC grad.
I'm UCLA, but hey.
So we didn't include him, right?
Worth having a rivalry with, right?
We'll let you on. Yeah. So we're so excited to say that when you work with us, you have this opportunity, if you qualify, to be featured in Rolly, which is in newsrooms across America.
I mean, and you're early in. You are
Yeah.
early in. So it's huge.
Right. And so this is going to be really personal for a lot of people. This is a moment to achieve that dream you thought of, to scratch that itch, to be recognized for your achievement, to get the visibility you deserve. This is your year. If you don't have this on your vision board for 2026, it's time to add it.
Add it. Yep.
And so we wanted to make sure that you know that this is a collaboration that we're so proud to announce. This is Rolly being the expert that journalists call first. That's kind of a phrase we use. That's the phrase that Rolly used. That's why it's such a great fit for all of us. And you can see here on their landing page, journalists ignore pitches and news releases 90% of the time. I'd even say 99%, finding stories on their own. Rolly places experts directly into newsroom systems, putting them in front of journalists at the start of that story seeking process. It's about $500 a year. We are giving it to some of our clients who qualify complimentary for the first year.
And the early in first year, like it's good.
And we're going to be putting our media training, some of it on Rolly, and they are collaborating with us. We're so excited to announce it. So
very, very excited.
Really, if you want our support, fast track strategy session where you're strongest, we'll find out what's missing, and we'll find out what would make you the obvious choice. We'd encourage you to scan that QR code or click the link there in the chat that Nick has put on our team. Nicole says, fight on for USC, right? So we're now at the point here in our masterclass where John and I would love to take your questions in the chat if you could. I think we even have a Q&A, but in the chat is fine. Just put your questions. We're not going to unmute everybody. Just put your questions in the chat that you have that we can answer about public speaking, about media, about public relations, crisis communications. We want to be able to give even more value.
Dr. Paul, this is for you, baby.
And we're going to do some advice on the spot. We are going to give you strategy right now on the spot, some live advice here. So put this in the chat. Dr. Paul says Monday,
baby.
Oh, Monday.
I'm in, yeah.
Did you book already, Paul? Dr. Paul, you're already scheduled for a strategy session? Oh, great. Fantastic. There he is on camera. Excellent. Great to see you.
Paul has my cell phone number, so.
Wow. In the circle of trust.
That's right. Oh, he's a great guy. We know each other. Dr. Paul, don't we know each other from Tommy's thing?
Oh, from this event? Your life is legend?
Is this how I met you or no?
It was through Michelle Villalobos and NSA.
Okay, Michelle Villalobos.
Okay, great.
We love as well, who also does phenomenal events. Yeah.
Now we're asking you to put the questions in the chat because it's hard for us to hear.
It's loud here.
That's why we're not unmuting anybody. It's very, very loud, as you can see. And the more alcohol flows, probably the louder it'll get.
Okay.
So
how do you define a sound bite? Is it the number of sentences measured in time? Can you say it in 30 seconds or less? I'm going to let Mark answer that for real. I'm going to say probably all of the above. But Mark, how would you do that?
This is a great question. So let me make two distinctions. In our courses and our boot camp, we teach what I call the anatomy of an answer. Thank you. The anatomy of an answer. He gets paid to say that. The anatomy of an answer. I'm kidding. And so it is a blueprint or an architecture for how you can answer any question, anytime in front of any audience, including journalists. So the soundbite is part of your overall answer. If I were to ask you a question right now, Camille, the first thing you say and the last thing you say are typically the sound bites. One sentence, unique, memorable, pithy, declarative, punchy. The middle part of the answer is going to be your background, your data, your evidence, what you have to say to back up the way you started your answer. And then you bring it home at the end. That last sentence, the last soundbite, you are going to make a summary. Most people will start in the beginning. Well, 15 years ago, I did it. No, forget the exposition. You're going to start with your conclusion, your declarative, your memorable, your pithy, unique. That's the soundbite. The sandwich, right? The first thing you say, the last thing you say in your answer, those are typically, when done right, your soundbites. One sentence, 10 to 15 seconds. Everything in the middle is explaining.
The middle's maybe 3 to 5 sentences at the most, right? And that now watch this. In the speaking world, there's the exact same thing, right? People come up and they'll be introduced and say, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome John Bates, right? And I'll walk out and say, hi, I'm John Bates. Thank you for having me. Right? No. We need that opening to be pithy, declarative, punchy. What are the first words out of your mouth going to be that grab them? And then the middle of the speech, you talk about what you need to talk about, and then you've got that awesome closing. Yeah. That's the last thing people will hear, and they will remember it for the rest of their lives, maybe, because that's so powerful coming out of your mouth after everything else that you've said. And one's longer, one's shorter, but this is why we love working together, right? Because there's so much great overlap, and there's so much great reinforcement in what we're doing here for experts to understand, so that they can just be phenomenal across all media.
Now, Douglas has put a question in there, and really, everybody putting a question in the chat, this is your chance right now to talk to us. Your chance to get advice and strategy on the spot, and really our chance to see if you can be like our most successful clients. So we love the question. So do you want to take the one from Douglas? He's asking you.
Well, I think, okay, so
we can both answer it.
Yeah, I think we should. So John, I've been featured on CTV Network as an aviation safety experience expert many times. Never picked up on US networks. What do I do to make this different? So my first thing would be, when you're talking about this on those different networks, the places where you're already being seen, are you talking about how global aviation safety is? Because I think you're in a unique position, because aviation safety is a global effort. And so if you're an expert in one region of the world, that translates immediately and directly to all kinds of other places in the world.
And I would add on to that to say, I would want to know, Douglas, can you tell me in the chat, do you have a demo reel? Do you have a demo reel? Have you taken, so there's a speaker reel, which you would just do clips of your speaking, and it's 2 minutes or so, and you send that out to people who book speakers. And then there's a demo reel, which journalists often ask for, and they say, well, send me your demo reel. So clips of you on TV, you on a podcast, you on stage, whatever.
That's a huge thing. And Douglas, no demo reel. So you need to be at our live event. And it's not a joke, and it's not me trying to sell you. At the live event, you will get footage of you on stage with your great quotes. Then you'll get footage of you in a video podcast with an NPR host, very recognizable voice, phenomenal interviewer. She'll make you comfortable. You'll have a great time. Then you will go into a TV studio with Mark Albert, who's one of the best interviewers on the planet. And one of the things he's really good at is putting people at ease and having them be their best selves in that. And then you can cut that all up into a great demo reel, grab some of the other stuff that you've done in the past. And when you're talking with Mark, and when you're on the video podcast, we're going to encourage you to talk about, we'll find out what the real way to talk about it is. We're going to encourage you to talk about the global nature of aviation safety. And so that will be part of your demo reel.
Yeah, absolutely. And so Douglas, you're off to a great start. You have these clips, you need to package it. And then when you proactively pitch journalists, which we have a template, we tell you how to do it, when to do it, who to do it to, then you will include clips of that. And so Dr. Paul here makes the great point that, so a demo reel you're talking about is very different from the speaker reel, which he has. And a demo reel needs to demonstrate, he says, how we interact with the media. Exactly.
Yes.
Here's how I would put it. When I was at CBS News, if I wanted to bring on a new expert we had never interviewed before and had never been on national television, my producer would say, Mark, don't forget to ask for a demo reel. And if the expert didn't have one, we were unlikely to take a risk. And so that's why it's so crucial at our events, the way we've built them, is we get you doing a mock news segment with me. It looks like the real thing. It's on a real studio. It is a real, I am interviewing you.
That's it's the studio Mark reports from.
Yeah, and you do the podcast, and then you do the stage. It's so important. There's preparation before the event. We've got a pre-training portal. You're going to be so prepared. And then we do the execution at the event. We've also got an online program.
I think just to say one more thing about Dr. Paul's comment. If you don't have a speaker reel yet, That's okay. Great to get one as soon as you can. But when you come to the live event, that's why we put people up on a real stage and get that footage of them delivering their most pithy, great lines, because now you can show that you're good in podcasts, good in the TV studio, and good on stage.
And let's just be clear. It's February 26th.
Yeah.
So almost 2 months of 2026 has gone by.
It's gone.
2 months are gone.
Yeah.
You're being frustrated that the media is not calling you. You can't get the media. You're not getting the TEDx talk or the talk that you want. You're watching everyone else do it. Come on, folks. Line in the sand.
Yeah, you can do this.
Terry, I'm already scheduled for a call. Yay, yay, Terry.
Yeah.
Terry has like the best background.
That's right.
Today, right?
Yeah.
He's like ready to go.
Terry's like
5,
on TV.
4,
Yeah, that's
3, 2. Terry, you're on, right? All right. So let's go to Clayton. Clayton, yes, exactly. Clayton says, I have a 40-hour sales job, but want my side hustle in a completely different industry to be what I become an expert in and eventually do full time. Any strategies on how to become an expert in side hustle while keeping the main job for now? For example, I can't change LinkedIn a lot, right?
Yeah.
Right now. So this is really great. We have people just like you,
just
Clayton,
like this,
who have 1, 2, 3, 4 other expertise. Yes, you have to pick a lane.
That's right.
And when you pitch yourself to journalists or to speaking gigs, etc., you've got to have a demonstrated expertise that you can point to. In other words, we're standing right next to an old locomotive. If I wanted to now suddenly be an expert for this locomotive, where is my expertise on how I know how to maintain a locomotive and how do I, like, it doesn't exist. So you can have your sales job, but we need a history of thought leadership and gravitas on this new expertise you want to do. Have you taught people in it? Have you written a book in it? Have you posted for LinkedIn for a year on it? And even if you can't change your current LinkedIn, you could create a business LinkedIn page, right? So maybe it's Clayton Coaching LLC or whatever it happens to be, so that you have a business page where you can be doing that expertise. When I was a journalist, I would stalk you on LinkedIn. If I got a pitch about you or I was thinking about calling, I would look at your LinkedIn, I would look at your website. Have you been posting and adding real value and thought leadership on that expertise you want me to quote you, or have you not? That's really key for you.
The other thing that I would bet, I mean, I would put money on this, is that there is a direct, clear, golden thread. It's what we talk about a lot. We help people identify their origin story. There's a golden thread that goes all the way back to when you were a little kid that includes sales, right? What you're doing now, but also naturally includes this other expertise, this side hustle that you want to turn into your full-time thing. And when we explain how that thread goes through your whole life, that is absolutely super powerful. It's a way for you to leverage what you are doing now. When they go to your LinkedIn, they see, wow, great sales, blah. And this other thing, it's just a natural progression. You know, we had that with Marga, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Marga, 30-year pediatrician, she said she wasn't going to be able to go on camera with me when we did it. She came, and now there's this iconic shot of us giving a high five of joy and exhilaration. She did it. You can do it. But listen, do me a favor. Don't take our word for it. There are a lot of people I'm sure you've seen that say they're going to help you with various things, right?
Yeah. Sadly, we bump into people who have wasted a lot of money.
Stop getting help from people who are not qualified to help you. This man has been speaking for almost a quarter century. This guy's coached 12,000 people. He's coached, 35, 36 TED events. TEDx events. He's coached every active NASA astronaut. I was on TV news for 25 years. CBS News correspondent, led a national investigative unit.
Won awards.
Right. So we know what we're talking about. Stop wasting your money. We just talked to a client earlier this week, blew tens of thousands of dollars on this fake company. My heart breaks for him. We don't want you to do that. Please stop getting help from people who are not qualified to help you. All right, Camille, booked for Tuesday? Yes, absolutely. Douglas, I'm also a former Israel Air Force pilot.
That's
Pretty
really
relevant today. Oh my gosh, with everything, we've got 2 carrier strike groups right now
That's right.
in the Mediterranean, in the Middle East. Whether anything happens with Iran, of course, lots of discussions with Israel and all
That's
that.
right.
Absolutely a national security topic.
Absolutely, that background plus what you do now, and the safety, and then making the point that it is a global effort, and because that's really interesting.
Absolutely. Okay, so Camille wants to know, can you share about dealing with controversy? So, Camille, are you talking about when a reporter asks you about something controversial, or when you get caught up in, say, a controversial topic, you start getting those Russian bots or whatever they are, they're in your social media feed, or So I see Camille is typing feverishly here at the keyboard, so we'll let her do that. We have a couple of minutes left, 4 minutes left. Get your last questions in now. This is your chance with us. Douglas, you have 2 nephews flying on F-16s now. Thank them for their service.
So important, like you're dialed in through your nephews. Camilla or Camille.
Is it Camille? Camille or Camilla?
Camille.
Just nod your head. We can see you. Camille?
Camille.
Okay, great.
So when a reporter asks something controversial.
Yeah. So here is something we practice. There's an entire section that we teach both in our online program and our in-person boot camp about the pivot. This is also known as bridging or leading or whatever. The revelation for many experts is that you do not have to answer the exact question asked. You need to acknowledge it, but then you pivot and talk about what you want to talk about. And we give you sample phrases and words and how to do it, and we practice and all that. So don't shy away from an interview just because something controversial may be asked. The great expert, the really pro expert, the expert that gets called time and time again, knows how to pivot and talk about what they want to talk about.
And we can show you that. We can work with you on that. Here's a really great saying, okay? Take this away. To be fast on your feet, think in your seat. Before you go into that interview where you may get asked a controversial question, we're going to brainstorm all the different angles that controversial question could come from and some really great answers so you can honor the question and then pivot to what you want to talk about.
All right, we have a final 2.5 minutes here. Get your questions in here now. So, Shirin, this is great. I just booked the time too. Excellent. Curious to hear your tips when you are an expert in the kids entertainment tech industry.
You are in demand. Like I have a 9.5-year-old. I still want to watch Adolescent. I think there's all kinds of stuff going on in the news now. Will social media bans work? I'm kind of hoping so, but oh boy, is there a lot of opportunity for you to claim a really important growing niche where we need more diverse insights.
Look, this is a news alert. During this masterclass, Netflix drops its $83 billion bid for Warner Brothers Discovery, paving the way for a Paramount Skydance deal. That could affect kids and entertainment programming, right? So if you were an expert that knew reporters and journalists right now, you could be weighing in on the fact that Netflix has walked away. Paramount can now snap up the entire studio, CNN, all of these networks. You could be in demand talking about that impact on kids' entertainment, tech, and all of that.
And Shirin, yes, I was. Yes, I was.
Actually, okay, so Terry.
I remember you.
Absolutely. We have 1.5 minutes left. Terry wants to know, how in demand are listening and communication expertise? Absolutely in demand, because there are dates on the calendar, Terry, where this topic comes up over and over again. And there are major blunders, communication blunders in the news and in boardrooms where journalists need that expertise.
And here's the angle that I think is brilliant about that. There's a lot of communication experts. I'm a communication expert, but how many people really are out there saying a listening expert? I think that's a good angle to run with.
Absolutely. So we are at the end of this hour. We are so incredibly grateful that you have spent 60 minutes with us so that we can help you get that visibility that you deserve. Like we say, master your message to amplify your influence. The booking link is in the chat. We'd love to have that 15-minute strategy session with you to see how we can help.
That's right. Hey, and thanks to Tommy Breedlove and Your Life, Your Legend here at the Atlanta History Center.
It's fantastic in Atlanta. Also, shout out to the city of South Fulton, the newest city in the state of Georgia. We're so glad you could join us. We look forward to helping you and getting you to be that expert resource for journalists and for audiences
Who
nationwide.
gets the call first.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great night. Thanks for being with us. Take care.
Thank you. It's great to see you all. Thank you. Those of you who know me, I'm so honored you were here. Thank you.
Did you see how many people were hugging him during this coming up and hugging him? All right, everybody. Have a great night. See ya.
Thank you. Bye-bye.